Welcome to my channel, Elboso Bosando. My name is Elboso, and today I have a video about 3 books that have changed my life, and I believe that every entrepreneur or investors should have read or need to read. So the first book, Rich Dad Poor Dad, from Robert Kiyosaki. This for me, it was the beginning, the mastermind. After I read it, it felt like something explodes in my mind. First of all, this book is based on a comparison between a rich dad and a poor dad. Poor dad, his biological dad, was going to school and having a degree and work for a government. He thought he has a good job until when he starts struggling to pay his bill by accumulating debt and not being able to grow his money. Contrarily, the opposite happened to the rich dad, a friend of his biological dad, not academically educated, but he was financially educated, and he was able to invest it in stock. He was an entrepreneur. He was building asset and generate passive income. That allowed him to achieve financial freedom. The key lesson that I learned from this book is, first of all, the importance of financial literacy. It's not just about like how to get money, but also how to conserve the money and make it work for you. The second key that I get from the book, the difference between asset and liability. Asset, it's everything that get money to your pocket, and liability, it's anything that take money out of your pocket. And one clear example that he gave is the fact that when somebody go ahead and buy one family house, contrary to what people thought, this is not an asset because it's only taking money away from you because you got a big mortgage. Obviously, over time, it can create equity and you can have some income from it when you sell. It can also cause problem because you got a big tax bill to pay. So what it suggests is having an investment house where you can rent it out and make the renters paying that house for you, and you get the cash flow. You can keep investing. So this was a classic example of real estate house hacking. It's something like you can implement generating more money by doing so. The other thing that he talked about, it's about power of passive income. So you want to focus on creating passive income by investing in the stock market, buying good businesses, generating that wealth that you need. This was the book for me that actually made me want to become an entrepreneur. If it wasn't for this book, I would never want to be in this journey of becoming an entrepreneur. The second book that I believe that any entrepreneur or any investor should read is The Millionaire Next Door. This book is by Stanley and William D. Those are 2 researchers. They did some investigation and trying to understand what the average millionaire look like, their profile, and what make them a millionaire. So what they found was, contrarily to what people believe in the past, the average American millionaire are not the typical millionaire that's on Instagram flashing their money. Those are regular people who live modest life, work very hard, and create their wealth based on not only working hard, but also frugality and smart financial decision. In the book, what they found is that, first of all, the profile of those millionaires are modest people who drive ordinary car and saving and investing their money. A key point in the book is the role of frugality. They say like, it's very important to seek value for their money and avoiding unnecessary expensive. Those are key things that the millionaire do that people didn't think of. A lot of those people that you see flashing money, they are not the average millionaire. And that for me was like very surprising to me. One point that they make in the book also important is that financial independence, it's something that average people can achieve if they can be disciplined and put their investment into long-term investment. Lastly, they also find out that the average millionaire, they don't like to take big risk in volatile market. They are more conservative, putting their money in low risk but long-term investment. Author put it in very practical way so you can understand regular people can still conserve their money and investing in create long-term wealth over time. They can become successful. And one last thing that really kind of captivated me about this book, for example, they talk about high income people like the lawyers, the doctors. They are facing a lot of challenging, even if they are high income people, but they tend to spend a lot of money. Not only they accumulating a lot of debt, students debt, but also when they become lawyers, doctors, for example, they adopt rich life even at the beginning of their career. They buy very nice, expensive houses, very nice, expensive cars. So they end up having a lot of debt than they can take. For me, this book is a very practical way to see investment and growing your money. That's why I consider it the second book that you must read if you're really serious of becoming an entrepreneur. The third and the last book I think every entrepreneur or investor should read, it's The Psychology of Money by Morgan Housel. This book right there, what I like about it, it helps you prepare your psyche. It's all about your mind. And one point that was very important to know, he mentioned like while it's important to know the market, to do your research, to understand statistics or business work, you also need to work on your emotions, because investing or generating wealth is not just about technical and making money. It's also about how do you control your emotions like fear or greed so you can better prepare yourself, especially when the market is down. For common people, they go and sell all their stock, they complaining. But for real investors who understand the market, who can control their fear, this is the time they want to strategically buying. So those are the things like when it comes to investing, it work you to how to not panicking, to control your emotions so you can be better investor. And one thing also he mentioned how it is important to focus on long-term investment instead of chasing short-term gain. He also mentioned the power of compounding. Compounding is when things are start multiplying by themselves when you do an investment and it keep growing by themselves. This is a very powerful tool that a lot of rich people utilize when it comes to their investment, that they take advantage of compounding so they can grow their business. Overall, I think this is a very good book. Every investors, we have to manage our emotions. And if you are looking for a book that can help you do that, I will recommend this book. So we come to the end of this video. Comment to let me know what are the books you're reading so we can share the word to other people. Thank you for being here again. This is your friend Elboso, and I'll see you in the next video. Thank you. Bye.